All right, thank you. Well, when temperatures get this high, it can be tough for many to just be outside. Some outdoor surfaces like concrete sidewalks, playground equipment, or even just a patch of grass at the park, they all can get much hotter than you might think. CBS 4's Michael Abeda out in the heat for us today. Hopefully you're staying hydrated, Michael. I know you spent the day learning how hot those things can get.
Hey, Kelly, at some point measurements just stop meaning anything, and it is just too darn hot. But important to remember that it can be even hotter in certain situations, even hotter than it is out here. Like, for example, inside a car. My work truck has been sitting out here for about 15 minutes. I'm going to measure the surface temperature in here, and it came up to about 149. It's dropped to about well, let's try it again. There you go, 154 inside that work Tahoe. That is very hot, which proves that the heat can not only be very uncomfortable, but also dangerous.
It's hot, man.
Even early this morning, basketball courts at Wash Park were dominated by the heat and the sun. But that didn't stop these friends from getting up some shots.
We played about 5 games.
They weren't alone. Even in 95-degree weather, folks were running, riding, and walking around the park, which is dangerous for man and beast. We measured the surface temperatures around the park. The concrete came in at 136 degrees, the asphalt at 150 degrees, and even the dirt was 124 degrees. Dr. Ben Usach with UC Health says being outside too long when it's this hot can be dangerous.
We have this basilar ability to dissipate heat, get the heat off of our body. And when those mechanisms fail, the wheels come off the bus.
Basically, you sweat to keep cool. And if you stop, then you start getting heat illness. That's why you need to drink water or electrolyte fluids when it's this hot.
Because if you don't have that water on board yourself, you're not going to be able to dissipate it out into the air.
To practice, these ballers know well.
There's a lot of water here. Yeah, you just gotta hydrate.
And while these fit men and women may be able to play in the sun, not everyone is as efficient as they are at cooling down, which is why kids, older adults, and sick people should take extra care when it gets this hot.
The responsibility for all of us is not just to watch out for ourselves, our buddy, but for the very young and the very old as well.
But don't tell these guys that. They have their water, and they don't believe there's ever a bad time to hoop.
Never. Never. Hoopers hoop whenever.
All kidding aside, those surfaces can be very hot for if you're barefoot or if you're walking a pet out on these concrete or on the asphalt. Also, you can suffer from heat illness very easy when it gets this hot. So if you become dizzy, confused, or start having muscle cramps, then it's time to see a doctor. In Denver, Michael Aveta, covering Colorado First.